Hello, hello, can you all hear me? Hey, how's it going, everybody? We are at. Let me turn the music down. How's it going? Okay, hopefully this is better. We are at the last stream for Hacktoberfest for this year. I'm stopping it the day before Hacktoberfest actually ends. So if you are participating, you can still get a PR in. By the way, my name is Mikaela Caron. I've realized I kind of have forgotten to say my name when I introduce myself on stream. But hopefully you know because you're on my channel and it has my name on it. But how is it going? Hopefully you all having a good day. Let me know if you can still kind of hear the music so it's in the background, but you can still hear my voice above the music at least. And then I should test this. I think other people do. They actually test their streams before they go live, where they will actually do a test stream, test all the audio, and then go live. Half the time I just hit go live and I'm like, it'll be what it is and we'll figure it out as we go. But today, what will we be doing? As you can tell, I am running late for one. For two, then I also woke up late, so that's why I'm running late. And then because of that, I don't really have anything planned, as in I have a topic planned, but it's the whole thing is not technically kind of planned. So we're kind of just going through it as we go. So that is what it's going to be. Let me see something on my phone. Okay. So, what will we be doing today? We are going to review a PR, maybe, actually. I was planning on reviewing a PR if it's still very small. If not, then we're going to do a little pair programming as well. So then this stream title is then slightly misleading, but hopefully that's okay. So let me see. Stream looks good. Just double checking. This last time I'll have my Hacktoberfest shirt on. Everyone, you only got shirts. I think this was the last year. It was 2020 or so. And then they stopped doing shirts as a reward because people would then just make bad PRs. It was awful for maintainers. But I still have one. So let's see one other thing. Actually, I don't think we might review a PR. This PR, I don't think has been checked again. 1 second. No, I haven't seen anything on that one. There's a bunch of issues. A lot of people did not complete in time. And then I have, of course, my Hacktoberfest mug. Or Hacktoberfest, it's my Oktoberfest mug that I got when I was in Munich. And it has water in it because it's morning. Okay, I try to set that down. It's really loud when I set it down, and I know it is because it's heavy and I'm setting it on like a wood surface. Okay, so let's look at the PRs that I have, and then we're gonna do some pair programming on one of the PRs. So that's kind of what we're gonna be really doing today, is pairing on one of the PRs that we have, because we have a guest today, Omar, which I'll introduce him in just a second, and he made a PR for app intents, so we can like add odometer readings using an app intent. So then that we could later then add something using like Siri and all the Apple Intelligence later on. So let's bring in Omar. Okay, let me make your webcam a little bit bigger. Omar, go ahead and introduce yourself. Yeah, go ahead, introduce yourself. You're on camera and everything now.
Yeah, thanks, Mikaela. Hi again, everyone. My name is Omar, and this is the second time here with Mikaela on her live stream. So it's a pretty exciting experience, and thanks definitely to her to give us this chance.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, I'm trying to think of a different question to ask you this time.
Sure.
Ooh, so last time I asked him how he found my Hacktoberfest repo, and he found it because he was already kind of following me on Twitter, and I had posted about it a lot last year, and he contributed last year as well. So this year, let's see. So you know what the app does? We are making a car maintenance app, so let me move you over to here. I'm gonna run the app so everybody can see it. It's backed by Firebase, so I need to run the Firebase command to start the emulator so everyone can see, and then I'll ask my question that I have. Is it running? Okay, let me run the app. And then this stream is sponsored by Tuple. They're the logo that's in the top right here, and that's what we're using to do our pair programming. So I'll talk about that more in a second too. So this is settings, but what we do is like track car maintenance. So if you like changed your oil, or you want to add like how far you've driven, 10 miles, you can like add all of that, and then we can see it on the Firebase emulator. Where's Safari? You'd be able to see all that data on here. It's kind of behind his webcam, but that's okay right now. I'm not really showing it too much, but like you can see all the data that is added into the app here, which is cool. So it's like a local version of Firebase running. So Omar, because you know how the app works, it's all about tracking your car's maintenance. What feature would you want to have in an app like this?
Basically, the feature we will pair program today is a pretty good feature, and I believe we can build many things on top of this one. But the ability to interact with a device without opening the app and that stuff is a very good um, chance. Maybe also make like something that is real life tracking of what is going on, the, how that um, the dashboard is changing, and if there is any new status, it can be automatically appear on the screen and maybe something like that.
Like it. Yeah, I like the feature we're gonna try to do today. And then yeah, automatic. That's the thing that I would really like to get with this app too, is like how can you use this app without having to use this app? Would be great. Cause
Exactly.
like this is an app, everything's only useful if you like remember to use it. So if you forget that
Yep.
step of opening the app, you kind of can't do much with it. So let's get into everything. So I was looking at my phone again, checking. I think all my posts sent out because I schedule all my posts, yeah, using like Buffer. So then everything automatically then sends. I'm checking, make sure I don't have any other messages. I have like 5 messages I need to respond to. I'll do that later. Okay, I'm gonna make your webcam a little smaller so it's not on top of everything else. I'll put it behind, I'll put it next to this logo so you can still see it. Okay, so we are running app. Let's see. So these are all the PRs I have left. I really should review this one, but it's kind of gonna take too long. And Omar and I are gonna do some more pair programming. Let me see. Then we have the widgets one is a really big PR. This one is still not working. So let's, actually, whoops, clicked on the wrong one. Go back. Let's look at yours, like a general overview of the code, and then why we are kind of pairing on it. Hey Josh, how's it going? Having a good day today? Okay, so we are going to be pairing. We're going to review this PR a little bit, but then do more of like pairing on the actual feature. So Omar opened this PR like a hot minute ago, like August 30th. So it was right before Hacktoberfest started. Wait, August, September. No, it was even before that. I don't know how to count. And with that, yeah, it's all about app intents and adding an app intent to be able to add a odometer reading. So then you can like say to your phone, oh, add 100 miles to my first car, or add this number odometer reading to my car, basically. So that is like what the feature does. Let's see, did I write any more in-depth issue? Yeah, add app intents to create a shortcut for the add odometer reading, drop to dub video. Oh, and then this is part of this longer discussion that I created of automatic odometer readings. Let me see, I saw something over here. Okay, everything's still good. So, tracking odometer readings. I haven't read this in a really hot minute, but it's basically like having the automatic tracking of like, if you can do this with a shortcut of just like entering the time of like, you know, you have a little car shortcut or something on your home screen. Every time you tap it, you would just like pick your car or have it like set to a default or something, and then type in whatever your odometer number is, then just hit send. It could automatically add it to the database and everything without having to actually open the application. But then you could later do even cooler things where you can be like, okay, make a shortcut when I get into my car, have it automatically track me while you're driving, and then when you leave your car, it stops tracking. That could eventually, I think, happen at some point, because you can track when Bluetooth, I think, connects to your vehicle. So if you can do that, then you're like one step closer to then tracking something else automatically. So then that would still include like maps and all sorts of stuff, which like will come later, maybe. But this is like the beginning of the feature, is like you have to be able to have a way to start doing this. Excuse me, I really like just woke up. Like actually, I think I woke up maybe 20 minutes before I got on the stream. It's been a day. I was about to say it's been a day, but it hasn't. My day just started. And I sadly only have water. I woke up so late to the point that I couldn't even make coffee. So sadly, I don't have my other little pair programming coffee mug that you all still actually never get to see because it's green and I have a green screen, so you don't get to see it. But that is the feature. We went back and forth a little bit on this. Let me go back to the PR. So I believe it does work. Oh, and as you can see, I did download, if anyone hasn't seen, yesterday, GitHub dropped that GitHub Copilot is now in Xcode. So if anybody was wondering, this is what it looks like. Let me see, let's make sure it's not behind my head. Downloaded it, check for updates. What's in advanced? I haven't even looked. Request adjustings while typing, yeah. I don't know what the proxy URL is for. Okay. And then you have to enable permissions and everything, and then have a GitHub Copilot account, which is not free, but there is a free trial if you want to have that. They said open source maintainers could get free access, but I apparently do not qualify for that, so maybe I'll attempt to keep looking, because I qualified for it last year, but I don't this year, so I don't know what the requirements are for it. So we'll see if that works in my browser as we go. Ooh, also, I don't know if anyone can see these words. They might be kind of small. Every so often this error comes up. It's really funny. It says, received a go away error code. Enhance your calm. And debug data equal to too many pings. It says, enhance your calm. So Firebase is like, stop using me. I can't do this. There's a couple other funny ones I found. But, okay. Side note. Let's see. Let's start looking at this PR and what it does, because it is kind of, this is definitely one of the bigger kind of PRs when I'm actually like really, really doing code reviews of like stuff that's bigger than just like the basic, I'll have somebody add something here and there that's a little easier. So we know what the feature is. Let's do how's it implemented and how you test it. So it's implemented. This was useful to see because this is like a really bigger kind of feature to add. So like I have not made my own app shortcuts. I've just kind of watched a couple dub videos about it, but I haven't gone in depth about it. So vehicle now conforms to app entity. Protocol hence has an explicit ID which represents document ID under the hood. Oh, hang on, I have to sneeze again. Where's the pause? Okay, there we go. Sorry. And vehicle query is simply fetching vehicles from the server. Distance unit is an enum is used to make it more readable for selecting the distance unit. So that's like metric or imperial. And then in add odometer reading intent is validation applied to distance. And if vehicles are empty, then the user will not be able to finish the shortcut. So that makes sense. If you don't have vehicles, then we can't run the shortcut at all, basically. So I try to set that down really quietly, but I know everyone probably could still hear it. Okay, let's then, how we test this. Let's check out the PR, see if it still runs, and then go into depth about how we wrote it, because there were some things that we were kind of chatting about on the implementation, because this app depends on Firebase, and you have to use Firebase to then add something to the application. We're kind of still figuring out if this is the proper way to code this or not. So let's first run through these how I tested scenarios. And then again, that's why this is so important, is because it's kind of like, ooh, and we have multiple scenarios. It's important because then I know how the feature should work, and if it's also implemented correctly, of like, this is the steps I do want the user to take. So we checked it out. Let's also hit run. And then funny thing I noticed also, I use Arc. I think I just saw the video. I saw it, but then I never looked at it until like last night. Arc is like put into maintenance mode now or something. So like everything with Arc, they're not getting like new features, and they're apparently attempting to also build a new browser, which is interesting. Okay, so we are really talking about the odometer readings feature. Hey Sai, just started using Arc and I love it. See, that was what the video said too. People who use Arc like it. Other people who don't like Arc find it too complicated. And I see both sides of it. I thought it was complicated at first, but then now I do really like it. Although, because I have all these different spaces, like you can see this is like my fruitful app that I still haven't finished. The like different spaces that you have, and I do like it because I can like separate like this one from like my work things and all sorts of stuff. I do like it, but previously I used to have like I would have also a million tabs open and have a million windows open at the same time too. Because that is just how I work. It's very chaotic. I have like a million windows open when I'm doing anything. Okay, let's test this. So we are running. Yes, we're on the right branch. Install the app. Okay, make sure at least one vehicle is added. I think, yeah, we have two, so I think we're good. Oh no, where'd our vehicle go? Oh, no, it's back. See, okay, I've noticed this every so often the vehicles are there and sometimes they're not there. I need to kind of double check and look to make sure we are loading them correctly. And I think gonna like kind of overhaul how everything was fetched from Firebase, and I still haven't. But I'm debating on whether or not I will. Because like, as you saw, they didn't load that first time, but then when I clicked off of it and then went back onto it, then they did load. So it's kind of like, it's a paper cut bug of like, oh no, they're not there. So you just kind of tap around and then now they're there. They should be there the first time, though. So it's something to eventually fix, but okay. We have a vehicle. Switch to the Shortcuts app. Where is Shortcuts? Oh, I saw it. Okay, it's right there. Shortcuts. Tap plus in the top right. We create a new shortcut. Add action. Where is add action? Would that just be one of these? Probably. And then we have add odometer reading. Tap on basic car. Yep, this. Ooh, there we go. Look at that. Add data for all the fields and tap the play button in the corner right to see the result. Okay, so the vehicle. Ooh, look at that. So let's do first car, date. Ooh, do we have to enter this as like a date like today? Like if I did 10:30 like that, would that work?
Yeah, you can also type like tomorrow, yesterday, tonight, whichever it
Is
will
it
be
possible to have
translated.
a date picker show up here? Is that a thing? If I type date. Ooh. Ooh, we could do like that. Can that accept the variable? Come here. Date. Ooh, look at that. There we go.
Mhm.
I wonder if we could make that like a def. Ooh, is that possible to start building a shortcut for somebody? So like if you did add odometer reading, it would automatically fill in like this. So like it would fill in the current date. I don't know. I feel like no. I feel like you would have to do it like this and like manually add the date in this kind of way. Distance unit, let's select miles. Distance, I already did what, like 100, so let's just say 200. Show and run, sure. Tap done. So if we play this, added reading successfully. Okay, so let's go back. Guess click off and on, and there we go. It works. And the date works. I wonder if you format the date wrong, if it'll break. That's the thing to break later. But happy scenario works, so that's good. What does the unhappy scenario do? Try to set a distance to negative or 0. Okay. Let's just try it as well.
Technically, you can't add a negative value
Yes.
because, but you can add 0 value.
Okay, whoops. Grabbing the simulator. Select variable. Select magic variable. Ask for input. Text prompt. How far have you gone? Come here, shortcut. Come here, click.
Um,
I'm trying to move it to the top.
no, if you clicked here and then you tapped on Command K, you're gonna
Ooh. Okay, let's see what that does. Because I wouldn't... Yeah, so you can tap on it. There we go. Now it says distance. So if I do 0, hit done, says that. Okay, so then if we go back, it should not have added. Cool. Ooh, the music stopped. Now it's like quiet. Oh, no, it's back. Okay, so if we do that, also if we add a negative number, let's say negative 20, done. Same, good. What was the other scenario? Are those both the same? No. Are these the same? They look the same.
But no, but
What's
this
the
is
difference?
yeah. if no,
Oh,
if
no
you're
vehicles. I
installing,
see.
yeah, for the first time.
Gotcha. Okay. We're not going to test that one for right now because we'll say it works at the moment. So let's... That works then. That's not bad to set up. Not too bad.
Yeah, you can always try it using, since this shortcut is added, you can try accessing it through the Spotlight search and also via Siri.
Ooh, does that come by default? So if we type basic car, yep, that comes up here. I don't actually know. Do we test? Is it even possible to test Siri like through the simulator, or would I
Yes,
have to run it on
yes,
device? You
I did
can.
it. You can
Ooh,
tap
that's cool.
on Shift Option Command H.
Ooh, hang on. Actually, I'm adding the shortcut also to the home screen because it would be easier to click. What shortcut did you just say?
Yeah, Shift Option Command H.
Shift option command. Okay, that came up with that. Hang on, let me do this on like my actual keyboard.
Okay.
It does not like that shortcut for me. Can I type Siri? Oh no. Oh, simulator without. Okay, there we go. Add a new odometer reading using basic car maintenance.
You can
add odometer reading with basic car.
Sorry, we can add like many phrases that can be accepted by the user, but for now you can say just add odometer reading.
Okay, let me try it again. Add odometer reading with basic car.
No, just add odometer reading.
Oh, you don't have to put the app name?
Yeah.
So just say add odometer reading?
Yep.
Okay. Add odometer reading. 200 miles. Ooh, look at that. Did I already do 200 miles though? I think I did. Hang on, let's see. I can't think of numbers. Yeah, I did. Okay, so we should actually see then 2 of them. Ooh, look at that. That's so pretty. Okay, that's so exciting. Josh said, listening while writing some braille with my slate and stylus. Prepare for my stream on Friday. Old fashioned. I like that. Ooh. Ooh, can I increase this? Oh, does that increase all of my... Oh, hang on, sorry. I was increasing the size of the chat so I could like read it better, but it also increases the size of the other window that I have because I popped this tab out from this. That's funny. That is cool. Okay, I made the font bigger on my chat so I can kind of like read it better. Okay, so that was super cool. Let's merge it. It's done. We're good. No. I mean, kinda. I would like to do that actually, but we do have to look at this to just double check that it actually is implemented well, which we've already looked at it a little bit here and there. So let's go. We have 295 lines of code, which is actually not the biggest PRs that we've done. I think we've maybe done a bigger one, but because of the kind of feature, we just want to make sure that's all correct. Ooh, let's ask Copilot. What does Copilot do for us? Select files to discuss. Interesting. I also don't know what this button does. Let's see. Let's learn more. If we click learn more. Copilot powered under your plan, limited repositories can be concurrently indexed for natural language search. What does it do though? You can improve responses of GitHub Copilot. Okay, index the repository. What does this do though? Ability to answer natural language questions in the context of a GitHub repository. It is improved when the repository has been indexed for semantic code search. Indexing repos for Copilot chat is not a requirement, will not affect responses. To questions about information knowledge bases, PRs, issues, discussions, commit. However, indexing for search purposes can help Copilot chat answer questions that relate directly to the code within a repository. Will not use your index. Copilot chat will not use your indexed repository for model training. I think I did check that on mine though, because I'm kind of like low-key, please train off of my code so that we have more Swift code so we get better answers. Because, AI annoys me a lot of times. Indexing status of a repo, display when you start conversation as a repository after you, something. Indexing limits. I have 5. Gotta choose my repos carefully. I wonder if you could like switch these. So say you like found 5 repos, you index them. Say, what if you wanted to like take one out and then put a new one in? I wonder if they allow that, or they're just kind of like, you chose one, that's it. You can't switch them out like that. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Index basic car maintenance. We have clicked the button, and then the button now is unclickable. That's not a good UI, UX. It should have like a loading thing somewhere, or at least show us something's happening, other than just the button is now disabled. Okay, let's leave that over there. It's because it's just a pop-up. Who knows if it'll actually be happening. That's where I have so many of these tabs open. By the end of like reviewing PRs, I have so many tabs, and then eventually like they all have eventually they all get together. Deploy documentation. Why is it deploying? No. Refresh the page. That's not true. Okay. Where are we? Where is the PR? That's the issue. Here we go. Okay, that's just gonna stay open. Okay, close it. Okay, let's see. We have 11 files. Can I collapse these all at once? Okay. I want to see how many lines have changed so we can kind of like go from the smallest lines changed to the biggest at once so that it's easier-ish, maybe. Ooh, one with 2 lines change, like that. Josh said he's had no luck with any LLM and Swift. They've all sucked for me. Don't know how people get good results. Man, same. Because I really am not good at getting good results with any, like, LLM. I have not tried Claude yet, so maybe we'll try that one next. I have a tab open for it, among my other 100 tabs. But we will see. I want it to work because people are like, oh, this is so helpful. And I'm like, it's not though. So I would like for it to work. We'll see how it goes though. I enabled Copilot here in my, what do you call this? In my Xcode with that. So if we do like authentication, let's do add odometer into this one file. So let's say like, if we want to change this. Yeah, look at that. It automatically said unit for odometer reading, but I think if we hit tab, yeah, that was, this thingy comes up that says Xcode is relying on something else, which I think was then the other thing. So let's see, if I quit this and open it again, technically that's the only way to fix any Xcode problem, but that's why they suggest for Copilot in fixing certain things. Because the little Copilot symbol comes up when it's like, Copilot is the suggestion. Let's see. Let's build the repo again, or build the project. If that fixes Copilot. But let's actually review the first file, which was 2 lines. We added, unchecked sendable. So Omar, can you please explain to us why we added unchecked sendable here?
Actually, when you remove this conformance, you're gonna get a warning, and I believe in the app intent file you're at. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure why do we get this warning, but it suggested that I add this to silence this warning. So,
Okay.
and this because also we are using the authentication view model as a dependency.
Yes. Okay. So let's add authentication view model. Or actually, let me finish. Does this come up with a suggestion? No. See, I hate how code completion like straight up breaks when you add your own custom code snippets. Does this happen for other people? So if I like control space, these are code snippets that I created for a presentation that I did. And nothing else comes up, and that's super annoying. Daniel, welcome. How's it going? How was your day? We are going through this PR, which is a pretty big one, but we're also going to do a little pairing on it to check that we have everything. So let's go back to authentication view model. So would it happen if we just built the project? So if we got rid of unchecked sendable and build, let's see, skip this warning. This project honestly takes a hot minute to build, like, because it has Firebase in it, pretty much is my guess. It's pretty fast on my computer. Like we saw that says, if you can barely see it here, it says it takes, which I can circle. Oh no, it's gone. Okay. It was there. But this is a drawing tool, so I can also draw things on my own screen because I'm sharing it with Omar right now using using Tuple. Oh, it's reindexing. That's what's happening. But you could see the seconds on here as well for, oh, there it went again. There, we build succeeded in 11 seconds. That takes 11 seconds on my computer, and I have like an M1 Max computer. Sorry, oh my gosh. How long does this project take to build on your guys' computer that is like not this powerful? Because this project is chunky. Okay, so it doesn't come up if we just build the project, so I'm guessing when we run the project then. Let's just double check and see that if there's a warning of any kind that comes up. Oops.
No, you're gonna find it in the app intent file.
This? Oh.
So let me please
Yeah.
take it over.
Yep.
Free.
Yeah, so I'm not typing. Oh, I saw it. Was it? No, that's stored. Oh, it is that one.
Yep.
Okay, hang on. Let me click your little windows hiding it. Okay, interesting. So stored property auth view model of sendable non-conforming struct add odometer reading intent has a non-sendable type called authentication view model. This is an error in Swift Suffix language mode. Okay, interesting. That makes sense, but I also don't fully know what sendable means, so kind of makes sense, as in like the error makes sense what it's saying. What it actually means, I don't specifically know, but that is okay. That's the next thing I'll be digging into personally, is more all the concurrency things. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. So let's say, ooh, let me actually get rid of this again. Go back to that. Come here. Copy that. No, come here. Copy that. And I'm going to just throw it as a note here in the PR. So it's kind of written somewhere. I don't want to put it inside the code itself because it's like not needed, but just put it here as well. So in the add odometer. Did I spell that right? Not an error. This is a wording in the. We don't have this. Okay, start review. Throw that in there just to be useful, and then let's go back to it. Authentication, discard, save everything. Okay, I'm also gonna like close all the files because we're gonna end up opening them properly in a second. Josh, on your M2 Mac Mini, it takes about 15 seconds. Ooh, mine's faster then on my M1, but. Which is why I debate getting a new Mac. New Mac Mini, also, if anyone hasn't seen, new Mac Minis and iMacs dropped was it this week? Like, so many fun things have been happening. And also GitHub Universe is today as well, too. So if anyone wants to see that, hopefully we make it, because we've already been on for almost an hour. And I think we've looked at one file that has 2 lines on it, which is kind of funny. Oh, wait, did I look at this one? Okay, let's go this. And then it might be time for an M4 Mac. I heard they are announcing something new this morning. Yes, I think it's 10 a.m. PT, which is 10 1 p.m. my time, Eastern. So I have no idea what that is for everybody else. But I think I heard that as well, that it's dropping today or this week sometime. Mac Mini was yesterday. It looks pretty sweet. Also, how small that Mac Mini is. That's amazing. That's like... It's 5 inches, so it's like somewhat-ish the size of like my cell phone. And I'm like, that is absolutely wild. Then...
By the way, I have a legendary Intel Mac machine, and it takes 44 seconds to build.
44 seconds on an Intel. Ooh, you should...
Yeah.
Side note, this is... what is it called? This is an app that my previous company I worked at called Lickability. They have an app called Build Watch for Xcode. You can download it from the Mac App Store. You can track your builds and reclaim your time. So you can track how long all the builds take on your computer, and it's broken down by project. So you can truly see in a week or like how much time you actually sit there waiting for Xcode to build. It's kind of fun to see sometimes. You can see the number of builds and also then see the time too. But it's pretty cool. Would recommend anyone download it. It's a cool app.
Nice.
Lickability makes that. That was the previous company that I worked for. They're cool. They also recently just built the revenue cap app, which is super cool. I'm low-key jealous. I wish I was there to do that. Okay, let's keep on moving. Otherwise, we may never finish this. So, we were in chat about this, of settings view model. We took out the ID because we've changed parts of it. So let's keep this as viewed, because I remember we did it, but the reason why is kind of somewhere else. Then that's the same here. So let's look at the localizable strings. What else do we add? Add odometer reading. This is all app intent stuff, I'm sure. Date. Okay, so this one. So when you ever see a localizable strings file that looks like this, where it has something and then /n, that means two different pieces of code have the word date as like the text, and then there's two different comments there. So one says the date picker label, another one says the date when the reading should be logged. So those are two valid things. So one thing we could do is change the string that's shown here. So then we would get two different things to be shown. Are there any others like that? I don't believe so. Oh, there's another one here for vehicle, which makes sense. The word vehicle is literally everywhere in this whole application. And then again, these are two very valid different things. And then, okay, so let's fix that really quick. We may also not even make it through this whole PR, I feel like, because I do want to cut it like right at, what is it, noon, my time, which I think is when GitHub Universe starts again, because we ran a little over last time as well, which is okay, which I think we technically then missed the Copilot announcements. I think it happened within that 30 minutes that the stream went over yesterday, but we'll try to not go over today. So if it gets close to the next hour, like someone drop in chat and let me know. And for anybody, if you haven't liked the video, be sure to like the video. So then it's YouTube. Let's then look at the word date. So where do we use the word date? Let's find it somewhere else. So we'll just not have this checked as viewed. We'll just like collapse it again. So let's do the bulk of what this probably is. Ooh, let's look at the app intents part in the basic car maintenance app file, which is the beginning of the whole thing. Okay, can we all see this? And I realize I put the thing behind my head because I always move things around. Okay, so we import app intents. Okay. Ooh, we moved Firebase configure from here to the init. Why? Omar.
Yeah, because the init is the first part that gets called when we launch the app, then the delegate method. So when having this call site in the app finish launching, the app crashes. So that's why I needed to move it here.
Which makes sense. But
And also needed to use the init to be able to register the authentication view model as a dependency to be used in the app intent.
So what is, app intent, app dependency manager, okay, is an app intent thing. And it says an object that manages the registration and initialization of an app's intents dependencies. Makes sense. Because if we move the configure up here, that's kind of being like, okay, we could technically then get rid of the whole app delegate, because the whole point of it was really for Firebase, because where Firebase likes to be initialized, let's just look up Firebase docs. Where's run? Not functions. Where's Firestore? Here. view docs. Because some of their docs have changed, and then it kind of depends looking at it where they want Firebase to be initialized. Because I've seen it kind of both ways. For the reason there's an app delegate here, I feel like there somewhere has to be a reason I put it here, as opposed to putting it in the init from the beginning. Oh, hey, look, this is funny. You were the last person who committed this. That's
Yeah.
really funny. Because I was like, okay, if I can like right click and then see like who wrote the app delegate, I was like, it's probably me. No, it was literally you last year. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that was with home screen quick actions. I feel like there's got to be a reasoning here, but let's go get started. Where's the install steps for Firestore in an iOS app? Or would this actually be in the overview? This might be in the overview for how we install it properly in an app. Introduction. Okay, this is where we just literally were. Where's the getting started downloading? Okay, so here, yeah, they add it with SPM. Ooh, option local pro. Yeah, we do that. Okay, here, initialize instance of Cloud Firestore. Okay, that is not useful, but this just says app delegate. Oh, this needs to be better. This is not a good example. Because this gives you no context of where they tell you to put that code. They just say app delegate, and it's kind of like, that's not helpful. But I think previously this used to have something better in it. One of the other things that I have saved somewhere in my millions of tabs is this tutorial by Peter Freezy. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his last name, and it's funny because I do know him. He made an entire doc.c tutorial for using SwiftUI and Firebase, and I would love to base my app on parts of this, but I haven't yet. So he goes through how to make like a whole Firebase kind of app. Firebase-based app. Let's see, where do we actually... Does he show how to install? Connecting Firebase. Add to your project. Okay. Open the Firebase console. Yep. Download the file. We've done all this like a long time ago. Download that. Okay, drop it in the project. Okay, adding via SPM. Yes, add the package. Select the things. Okay, here we go. How does he initialize this? He uses the app delegate. And then does Firebase configure? And then he launches and verifies. Yes. Okay, so he did it with the app delegate. I don't know, because I believe this is still okay to do, because I have seen it in other Firebase tutorials, but I'm like, why? It makes sense why the init also runs before the app delegate runs. But technically, somewhere, this should also happen at the beginning.
Honestly, I didn't try to register the authentication view model inside the delegate method.
The hard thing is... Yeah, that's the other thing about this. Because I would want this to be, like, at the top here, maybe. Oops, can't spell state. Private var auth view model. Come on, Copilot, can you even finish this? Nope. Like this. And then, ooh, what does that say? Escaping auto closure captures mutating self parameter. Yes, because the init. So this would have to be like, what is it? Underscore auth view model is equal to authentication view model. Why is it trying to, oh. Like that, and then we pass it. Cannot assign. Oh, do I need to do state? Yeah, state initial value, that's what I need. like that.
Sure, if you added the underscore here, it would work or not.
Really? That seems so weird. Do you remember what the underscore does? I like sometimes forget. No, it does not like
No.
it still. Is it wrapped value? What does that not even come up? Referencing property wrapped value requires wrapper binding. But this is not a binding though. Is there a projected value? No, there's not. This is not like combine.
To access those, you need to add the underscore here.
To access what? Sorry?
The wrapped value and projected value.
Oh. Projected. Oh, that's the one that's the binding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It still does not like that. Or is this just like how it's gonna work? Like, because what I don't get about it is basically, technically the whole app somewhere should probably only ever use one authentication view model, which has all of our authentication to log into the application, because it would then not be synced if there's multiple of these classes running around in the app, is what I'm thinking.
Yep.
Anyone else watching this have any ideas? Has anybody else done app intents? Because, like, we could keep it here and we can see that it works, but I'm like, I don't know if it's one of those it works, but this is a bad thing to do, or, like, if this will have issues later on. Sai, what's even Swift UI? I believe you're saying what's even Swift. He works at a company that uses Objective-C a lot, so he doesn't write Swift. That's what I'm making fun of him about. Don't worry, I promise. I know some of you in chat. It's not just like making fun of random people online. Yeah, no, that's funny. Daniel, if there should be only one, then would it be a good idea to use environment object? Yes, eventually we would pass this authentication model to the main tab view and anywhere else it's used. Yes, eventually, but we still have to get this to at least build. App dependency manager.
So can we try another approach by directly initializing the authentication view model here? That's still not working?
We then get rid of that. Let's see, build, wait for it to build. Pass a copy of self, show. What is, it doesn't do anything. This button's not enabled.
Even with the wrapped value?
Let's see. Build.
No.
And this show button doesn't do anything. Escaping auto closure captures mutating self parameter. Let's look at what this is. Can be used to initialize a standalone app dependency manager for dependency injection during testing. Add any hashable. Auto closure escaping. And I forget what auto closure actually does. I've seen it used. I have used it, but I forget what it does. And then sounds like a concurrency issue. I think maybe-ish. But the object, is it non-isolated? We have done unchecked sendable on this object. I don't know. I don't know concurrency well enough to know if unchecked sendable helps or does not help with any kind of isolation. Auto closure just means it automatically wraps the value in a closure. So at the call site, it doesn't look like a closure, but it actually is. Makes sense. Yeah, then that would make sense that this is not something that's a closure, but it's an input parameter. What is that again? Add dependency, auto closure, nothing, and then it outputs the dependency. where dependency is sendable, conforms to sendable. Because we have unchecked sendable, what happens if we make this sendable? Let's see, what would happen? Let's build this. Oh, send failed. I thought it was gonna say succeeded. Captures a mutating self. Yes, because this has changed. Unchecked makes the error go away, but it doesn't make it safe. Yes, that's true, sadly. That's what Daniel said in chat. Unchecked just turns off the checking. Also makes sense. So then, actually, given that, does this have to be, do we have to properly conform it to sendable? Because this add only works where dependency conforms to sendable. This one. So that almost makes it sound like this has to properly conform to sendable to use this one. Does that sound right? Does that sound right to you, Omar? Like logically?
It does,
But how we do that, I
I'm
don't
not
know,
sure.
but that sounds like it's correct. But self is captured, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yes. So, is that then just an app intent thing of like you can just have like a little class like running around? Maybe then? So then it's fine if we just like make a new one? Like, cause
But the
that
point you
works, yeah.
mentioned does sound more reasonable to have only one authentication model that
Mm-hmm.
gets injected through the environment object and also gets registered here.
Yeah, because it was at some point, we go into main tab view. This gives us this, which has some environment, but it has, oh, we do have an authentication view model here. They're way down here because navigation split view stuff at the top. But the dashboard, odometer, and settings all use the authentication view model. So we are passing it as an input parameter to all of these. Yes, we probably could just pass the whole thing. Would probably be fine, even though we don't. And this was kind of some of the stuff I was going to fix at the very beginning, but because right here we just have this, then we pass it to all the 3 different tabs that we have. Oh, I'm not going to bring it up, which makes sense. And so we do end up passing it everywhere. So really, if we move it up here, we would end up passing it either as an environment or as an input parameter to main tab view. But technically, this should then still build alone by itself. Escaping auto closure captures a mutating self. Yes, that makes sense because this is a variable that could change. So that means it's mutating. So then if we look at app intent with dependency. See, in this one of the things, we could try to search this with like ChatGPT or something, but I have a feeling a lot of that code would be old because the new intent stuff is all new things. Let's see. Dependency, that's only listed once. Useful. Let's just go from the top. Daniel, you could maybe create the authentication view model inside the init. Yes, like we have it commented out here doing that. I can also make the font bigger on my computer if you can't see it. If anyone has trouble seeing it. Because, yeah, this right here would be making the value if we change this to be like colon, like that. But it doesn't like how we're passing that value. Which makes sense. It's still capturing self. This is hard. How people leverage your app, yeah, we know what it is. Think about actions. Okay, we did that. Review. Create an app intent that opens your app. We haven't even gotten to look at this part of the code. Perform the actions intent. Yeah, keep going. Verify behavior. Assign custom responses. Receive input. Create an app shortcut. Donate app intents to the system. Make your app intents discoverable by donating them to the system. When someone performs an action in your app, they donate an intent. Corresponds. Let's see, what else do we get? App intents updates. Does this give us anything? Eventually we'll get here. Integrate your apps with Siri and Apple Intelligence. One day. Let's look up. Move you out of the way. Ah, come here. Okay, wait. Did I just move you on top of me? Yes. Here. There you go. Because, yeah, Omar, my head is like right here in the bottom left here. So I'm like, when I moved your head like over here, then your video is like on top of mine. Okay, app dependence. Let's see if this comes up with documentation. Tells us how to use it. Initialization of, yes, that's what we know what it does. How do we use it? Can they tell us how? Workout enum. Do we use app intent dependency? Somewhere. Okay. Daniel, I see underscores. Did you attempt to send a link? If you did.
So I tried something, not sure if it's gonna work or not. So let me please take over.
Yeah, go for it.
Here. So we will keep it this as it is, and we will define something called then we will be able to assign that and also register it.
So that's going around. Ooh, let's see. I'm gonna hit build.
Wow.
Let's see. So it's copying it, basically. We're using copy of it. Which would technically still make it so that we would have two classes, so then there would be no difference if we had initialized it here versus still having a separate copy up here.
Should be the same instance passed for the property and the dependency manager.
That's true. Remember, Daniel, I remember there being an at dependency property wrapper. Oh, and then, yeah, that's what he was suggesting. So let me just close all my other tabs. There's like too many of them open. Close that one. Yes, we use the at dependency. We're gonna end up using it inside of the actual app intent itself. Somewhere I saw it there.
Yeah, in the file you were showing.
Was
at
it?
the top.
Oh, was I not reading? Yeah, we use it at the top here eventually, but we still have to define, I believe, what the dependency is and create it. Basically, is what we're doing. The previous examples use singleton objects share data between the different parts of the app. However, app intent supports dependency injection, letting you define the data in your main app and access it in your intents. You can use at dependency property wrapper. Yes. Then as early as possible when your app launches, use dependency this. You can set the dependency in your app's application did finish launching with options. No, application did finish launching. Is that the same one that I'm thinking of with did finish launching with options? Let's click on that. Or if your app uses Swift UI lifecycle, add an init to your app structure and set it there. Optional application did finish launching. Is that different than this one? Oh, that is a different one. Huh. Tells the delegate that the app launch is almost done and the app is almost ready to run. Oh, that is totally in WatchKit and not... Oh, because the example I'm looking at is for the watch. I don't know if that's actually same thing. And then, or you set the dependency, or you make an init, set it there. One of the main advantages of dependency injection, you can easily replace your main data object with a mock dot. During testing, you can only use dependency injection to pass data objects from your main app to its intents. If you need to pass data to other parts of your app, you need to use a different approach. Okay, so here it does tell us... Ooh, did I just see Command-Shift-H? Yeah. Okay. Where'd it go? I don't know if that ever did anything. Ooh, it's indexed now. We'll ask Copilot something later. Oh, go back. Okay. It's a reference to the same object. So, do we still, even when it's like that, we still have to create this, like, if we did let auth view model equal state. Also, I don't know if I'm hearing sound on your end, Omar, I think.
Oh, okay, so.
Yeah, I do hear that. This. So if we defined it like that... Hang on, I'm doing this wrong. Okay, comment yours out for a minute. Auth view model. That... Let's call this back to VM, set that one. Cannot assign state. Okay, so then the question is, does this matter? Is this still then correct the way you wrote it with creating it like that without the whole state part of it? Does that matter? Because
sorry?
So the way I just read it above, even though it doesn't build, it says auth VM is equal to state with an initial value of the authentication view model. And then it can't be passed properly because like, do we need this state part on it because it is state? It is state, or is that a thing that we don't need anymore?
We don't, actually.
Do we not? Because we needed it if you were using like state objects.
It is defined as a state object, so.
Oh, this is a really long comment. So, like, what I mean is previously, if this was... I'll just see that. If this was like this, if we were to initialize that, it would be like ASF equals state object with a wrapped value that's an observable object, which would be like... Ooh, can Copilot do this? I think it's still not going to work. Copilot.
Authentication view is an observable object, right?
No, it's observable.
Oh, okay.
It is using the observable macro, not observable objects. So that's what I was making.
Nice.
Class. Make this like that. So like this would be the proper way if we were going to do this with a state object to initialize this. Was it like that? Yeah, it would be like this to create this state object properly with this being observable and everything. So then, and then you can inject whatever dependencies inside of here at this point. So then, now that we only use state and we are using observable, do we still have to use this initialize state with that initial value? Or is it okay to do it like this where you don't have the state initial value part? Is the question really.
Well, I do consider it as any other type like Boolean or integer, where we don't have to pass a state with an initial value. It's Boolean and it is marked as a state property. Then we pass just true or false.
Does... Where'd it go? I had one of these that said how to migrate from observable object to observable. You can mix them. However, SwiftUI tracks changes differently based on the observation system. You made a slight behavioral differences in your app on the tracking method, for instance, as observable. Update view only when observed property changes when the body reads the property. View does update when observed property is not read by the body change. In contrast, the view updates when any published property of an observable object instance changes. Even if the view doesn't read the property that changes. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, before we had state object, then that's passed. Turns into just state. I don't think this example is going to have what I'm trying to find. But let's go this one. I need to change the music. I don't like this. It's not thinking music for me. Okay, we'll do this one. Even though Omar, you can't hear the music. Everyone else can though. We'll go with it because I don't know a reason to not. But I am curious if there is a reason between these two. Whoops, I totally just searched in music, not in... Ah. Okay, yeah, it doesn't really say anything. Okay, let's go with it because I don't really know a reason not to. And then still the question about Firebase of initializing it here versus elsewhere. Because do you remember if there was a reason why the shortcuts quick action stuff had to be over here versus inside the init of the
As far as I remember, there was no equivalent to use it through SwiftUI initializer directly.
see.
So
let's see, what was showed line for change? 78. Let's see if we can find 78. If we wrote anything at the time. This is where you really see if anything you wrote was useful. Okay, so here we went. So man, I did have this in it here originally. You were the one who took it out. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, and then we had the dot in it with initial value. Then we added this here. Did I ask? I did not ask why. Let's go back to conversation. Ooh. Can you move this into app delegate? Okay. Rename, changing numbers. I don't think we have a reason. Okay, what did somebody else just say? M4 MacBook Pro was just announced. Spoiler alert, it's faster than last year. Good, I was worried. Okay, hang on. Detour. We gotta go look at Apple's website. Apple Intelligence is here. MacBook Pro. Learn more. Why am I set to the United Kingdom? Or other country or region. Continue. Why does it think I'm in the UK right now? Weird, but okay. It went back. Did you see that? No.
Yeah.
Oh, go back. Oh no, now it thinks I'm definitely in the UK. No, I'm not. I'm at home. Other country. Hit continue. Go down. United States. What? UK VPN. I don't have a VPN on right now, though. Weird. Well, because you'll get different information. Actually, let's... If I do it in private browsing. Private browsing knows what's up. Okay. It's not how it works, but okay. Ooh, look how pretty it is. $15.99, not bad. It's because I have a very maxed out computer that costs way more. Apple Intelligence. Ooh, it's in space gray, space black, and silver. Ooh, I do like that. Because mine right now is silver. But that's space black though. Pro all out. Look at it, it's so pretty. The Pro and the Max. Speedier, next level graphics. I wonder what the graphs are compared to my computer laptop. I don't know if they're that different. Apple Intelligence, privacy. I do need a new battery. That's partially why I need to get a new computer. My battery is really, really bad. Wow, 50% charge in 30 minutes. Honestly, that's super useful. Oh, look at that. Xcode. Wait. I'm looking in depth at that. Is that... That's not just UI kit-ish. It's like... drawing bezels on this... Yeah, drawing on the screen. CA basic animation. That's funny. The iPhone mirroring. Honestly, low-key, this is super useful. Let's see. I do want to see the announcement for this. But I'm not going to play it, otherwise my stream will get taken down. Ooh, what do we get? What do we get? Same. No compromises. There's never been a better time to upgrade. You know, I agree, man. Select your current MacBook. 13-inch M1. Ooh! Oh, look at this. So they made a different little... What are these called? Like the bento box animation things? Based on what your current machine is. So then they can be like, hey, this is why you should upgrade from that. Sai, your team worked on iPhone mirroring. Love it. Much appreciated. Oh, but... Funny thing I realized. If I am connected to my iPhone's hotspot using like Wi-Fi, so that my Mac is connected to my iPhone to the hotspot. I cannot use iPhone mirroring because it doesn't have the Wi-Fi on, because it turns the Wi-Fi off on my phone when it's using the hotspot, so then I can't still use mirroring even though my Mac is connected to my iPhone. That's a thing. Can I file that as a feedback? Can I send it to you directly? Okay, fly through demanding tasks 3.5 faster. iPhone mirroring is fantastic. Great job to Sai. Faster neural engine, AI powered features. Loki, I do want to play some games on my Mac, honestly, at some point. I really kind of want to do that. Not me. No, don't file it. Can I file that as feedback, though? Is that like... I feel like that's good feedback, because it's like, my phone is connected to my laptop because it's on its hotspot, but I can't use iPhone mirroring because the Wi-Fi is not on. But if I turn the Wi-Fi on, it turns off the hotspot. It's a thing. I could file this feedback. I'll do that maybe later. Text me or remind me. I'll probably forget. It's solid Mac. I like it. I do want to do an in-depth compare between my current computer and then the next one and see actually what the difference is. But ooh, look at all those disclaimers. But I am solidly debating on getting a new Mac. But that color, though, too. I really may do it. We will see. That's exciting, though, because I've been waiting. When does it say it drops? November 8th. Ooh, that's in like a week. Yeah, I'm about it. I'll look at that. We'll look back at this later. Probably follow me on Insta if you see me get a new computer. We have still only looked at like straight up like I think 5 lines of code. I hope everyone's still having a good time and it's not just like looking at us being puzzled. File the feedback. Text it to me. I won't remember if it's in YouTube chat. Text me. Okay. Let's actually look at some of the app intent stuff. I think we have figured this out to the depth that we are currently going to figure it out at this moment. This roundabout way was because we were getting an error that we were cap. So then actually, no, we can't pass it directly. If we did last thing, if we did it like this, it didn't like it, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this goes back to that. Okay, this roundabout way was because we were getting an error that we were capturing self if we created the state property and then to the app dependency manager. Okay, does this trigger a Swiftlet warning? Yeah, it does. Disable next line length build. Okay, so that is a good solid comment for why we did this. Firebase configure, I think we saw it. I previously had all this Firebase stuff in the init, so I'm gonna say we could probably then move all of this also to here. This can stay like this. This would be something to evaluate later if we still needed it down here, or if we could put it somewhere else. Do I still have the emulator running? I believe I do. Let's run it and let's just check that the emulator still works. And then we can move on. Crash. Lovely. Oh, do I have to call configure first? Firebase app instance. Please call Firebase configure before using Firestore. Makes sense. Makes sense. Was it there at the top? Was that actually? Oh yeah, it is called before the emulator. Whoops. Okay. Refresh. Okay, we're still getting data, so I'm guessing it's still probably good then. Okay. Let's put a little comment here. Do I want to make it a to-do?
Yeah, maybe.
I just hate it because it'll trigger the Swift light warning everywhere, and it's kind of annoying. We'll just make a comment on this. I'll put my name here. But it's kind of funny. Or no, it's fine now because I got rid of all of the comments at the top of all these files. They used to have the person's name who created it with like a date, but I took that away because I was like, technically, it doesn't really matter. And I just put this here. So like, if you searched my name throughout the code base, you wouldn't really find anything, or you'd find like all the files that I created, which were like a bunch of them. So now, you still see my name. Oh, duh. You still see my name because it's at the top of every file because my GitHub. But we'll just put this. It's I don't know. It's gonna be a to-do. Okay, that's fine. Maybe have this move to the init. CPR 78. When this was implemented. See, it just triggers because it's a to-do violation in Swiftlet, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay. We've reviewed one file. Let's look at the app intent file so we can actually see parts of that if it's like app intent. Oh no, what is it called? Add odometer reading intent. Love fuzzy search. Okay, let's look at this. First question. We need to switch the name of it. Because when you probably created the file originally, it was that.
Yeah. Right.
App intents stuff. I'm totally fine with a new folder here. Also, be sure to like the video. I see there's several people watching. And not everyone has liked it yet. Okay. Let's keep going. An app intent that allows the user... Also, you can even make this double quotes, double backticks, and this will like directly link it to the other documentation too, which is cool.
Is it 2 or 3?
2, I believe. Here. I did Command-Shift-D, which builds documentation. It's the longest shortcut ever. Let's see if this loads and we can see it. Because also, right now, the documentation builds locally, but it's not deployed on the like GitHub website yet because it is broken. Because I broke it. So, I have to go back and fix that. And I'll do that maybe after Hacktoberfest ends.
By the way, you can also show it here. Assistant. And this one.
Oh yeah, the generated interface, I think.
Documentation preview.
Ooh, yes. Love it. We do get the warning. Yes, it doesn't... Fix. I wonder if it'll link it properly then. An app intent implementation. Where was this? In the file. Add odometer reading intent. Oh, it does not do it. Or it's not doing it at the moment. Maybe it's only in the description. But
I believe it should be 3 backticks.
is it? I thought it was only 2, because 3 seems excessive. What is it? Let's build it again to see. For future, unchecked sendable disables compile time enforcement of the semantic requirement for conforming to sendable. Ah, yes, got it. So it's kind of like when you mark something as like pre-concurrency. Okay. Ooh, what's this say now? App intent. Okay, build it again. One more time. Wait. What did I just click?
Yeah, is it because we don't have actually an object or an implementation that's
Yeah,
called
but
app intent?
technically, um, let's see, build. Technically, I think you should still be able to link out to something else. Because yes, that was part of the warning is like it doesn't exist locally in this project, which makes sense, but it should exist, or it does exist in a different framework thing. Let's see, building. Then something says, basically unchecked sendable is like the saying YOLO, hold my beer. That's funny. It does not like this. Oh, wait. 3. Okay, try one more time. And then if this doesn't work, then I'm gonna just say screw it, and it's fine. Yes, so unchecked sendable, we have now learned, is just chill. And wait to make it sendable one day. That'll probably be, I want to make this project one day be like 100% unit tested. I think that would be like super cool. And then it can then have it where like you do have to write unit tests for the things you do. Okay, this still doesn't like it. So we are gonna, okay. We are gonna say screw that. We'll get back to it later.
But I just tried it on my end, linking another object, but 2 backticks and 3 are working.
What? What version
So
of Xcode do you have?
If you added this here,
Yes, that's because it's something that is inside of our
right,
application. But we technically
meant
should still
2
be
are
able to link.
working. Yeah,
I believe you
both
only,
are
yeah,
working.
need to, but we should be able to link to. Oh no, it is something which just clicked. I just heard something click on my computer. Oh no, okay, we're still live. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, it should technically still be able to link to something outside of it, but maybe it doesn't. I feel like it should though, or it does, but we'll see. But okay. That is fine. This intent accepts the distance traveled, the unit of distance, miles or kilometers, the vehicle for which the odometer reading is being. Oh. I thought I heard a sound and the sound is in the music. I'm gonna just switch that. Okay. Intent values. The input ensure the distance positive integer. If the input is valid, the intent creates an odometer reading and saves it using odometer reading view model. Upon successful completion, a confirmation dialog is presented to the user. Lovely. Okay, so we have the struct. Auth view model is our authentication view model. Then parameter, localized string resource, vehicle. Oh, this is probably where we get the localizable. This. Because we had vehicle, the dates, the vehicle selected to add the odometer reading to. Let's, what is it? Let's also, because I don't think we have yet, let's commit what we've been doing before we get too far. Okay, we fixed this, moved all of that. Okay, git add, wait. I don't think anything happened. When I made this from unchecked sendable to just sendable, it looks like it's still fine. Let's do unchecked sendable though, because we don't know if it's fully sendable or not yet, so let's still keep it unchecked, and then that will one day be something somebody else comes back to. And let's just check here. Do we only have 2 files we changed? Oh yeah, when I get rid of that. Okay. So it's fixing the title. This one is moving the Firebase initialization to the app init rather than app delegate commit. Lovely. Okay. So that it's committed before we get too far. So now let's look at vehicle. Oh, I opened this because I was going to open the local. No, not that one. The localizable strings file. If we made this like vehicle, what do we want to call it? Like vehicle title, even though that's like all of them. So if we change this to vehicle title and then we go in here, once it builds, we should then be able to find vehicle title. We can then change the English translation to just vehicle, and this would then separate the thing here where we have 2 comments for the same key. Okay, built. So we can see vehicle title. This would now just be vehicle, and then that's that. Then we build it, and I think it should be fine, but then we'll go back here and we see the localizable strings. We get rid of the second comment on that one, and it makes a new one called vehicle title, which the comment is the selected vehicle to add odometer reading to. And then the English translation then is specifically added, that is vehicle. Cool. Let's definitely do that.
Should we change the vehicle title to be more related to the
Yeah.
temp?
What should we call it though? Vehicle intent title? How's that sound?
No, seems more suitable.
I don't know. Okay, build. Call that vehicle, and then where did the other one go? That's now deleted. Okay, cool. So then if we go back, look at this, comment's gone. This is called vehicle intent title. Amazing. Let's just go ahead and commit that. And see, I would have to click, type to be able to commit it here. Or if I just go back to terminal, I can just do git commit update. What do we call it? That. And then done. And then it's already committed.
This is an alias. I'm not sure if you can see it or not on your screen. For
no.
what you just did.
Yes. So are you asking what I just typed?
No, I meant that there should be an alias, I believe, for that.
Oh, yes, there is. I always forget it though, so.
Yeah.
There is. I just always forget it, so I don't use it that often. Okay,
Yep.
so this is then a wrapper. Then we have the variable vehicle. Okay. Title. Oh, we need to do something with the date. So let's do date intent title. Build it. The date when the reading should be logged. Distance unit, the distance unit in miles or kilometers. This is a request because in which distant unit would like to save the entered value. That is then saved, so that is that, and then we get rid of the double thing there. Let's see, is it that one? Then, what did I just type as last commit message? Let's make something similar. Change. Yay, look at that, so pretty. Okay, keep going. Date, distance. And this is a request dialog because, where was that? It's when we were in shortcuts. Which one was I looking at again? Unit. Where was that written?
If you tapped on the shortcut from outside, you
Okay.
should be able to see
Oh,
it.
so if you make this not set,
Yes.
gotcha.
Yeah, but from outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, distance unit, localized string resource, distance value. I think we had a conversation in the last stream about the difference between localized string resource versus localized string key. I think localized string resource is the new one. Oh, just FYI, because you asked, there's about 10 minutes until the hour. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna look through this and this will be it, probably. Because I do want to attempt to end this on time, if in case anyone wants to see what's on GitHub Universe, because, man, they announced Copilot for Xcode last time, so who knows what new things they also are doing, which could be fun. Okay, let's see. Fetch vehicles. Oh, the other thing about this was I think we wanted to not put this here and make this also a dependency. Because, really, this does depend on this odometer view model as well. But in reality, the only reason we have this is for add reading, right? Well, oh, it's for get vehicles, and then adding the new vehicle. So perform, yes, we get fetch vehicles. Ooh, what's this? Request that the user disambiguate amongst an array of values for this parameter. Oh, when prompting the user for a value. Okay, so that would give you, so if we did not pass switch vehicle, whoops, not here. Click. So if we said clear, make this be ask done here. Oh, do I need to be running the simulator? Yeah, I may not like it. Okay, let's run it. Yeah, something I've noticed, you have to run the simulator for the emulator to be working. So like if it's not, it doesn't like fetch everything properly. So if we do that, go back to here, run it. Now it'll say first or second car. So if we say second car. Oh no, what happened? Oh no. It didn't work. It didn't have us enter the distance next. Uh-oh.
Maybe can you try it again?
Oh yeah, it didn't like it. This is why this feature was so hard to review and we haven't merged it yet. It's because it's got all these edge cases of different things.
Yeah.
But good work, because I know this was a lot to also figure out. I do appreciate it. So very good work to Omar.
Yeah. Thanks.
Everyone give him little claps on the stream. Yay!
Yeah. It was one of the benefits in contributing to this repo is working with different things that it was my first time to touch. So that was one of the things.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the fun things about doing any open source thing, but also just working on projects with other people or just different stuff, is that you got to do more than what you would think on your own to kind of do sometimes. Yeah. But I think the rest of this code does look good. I think we do want to make this a dependency as well. And then, ooh, I don't know though, because this it should be fine because it accepts the user ID and that is an optional, and then we could just define the optional on the init of this struct, so that's okay. But then yeah, we get the vehicles, we make sure that they're not empty, else we return empty vehicles. Ooh, what does this say? Line length. Okay, we'll fix that later, it's fine. Yes, the user-friendly error messages, which I love. You've saved at least one vehicle. Yes, that makes sense. Then perform is what actually happens when you run the shortcut. We check to make sure that it's greater than 1, otherwise we throw get that error. We have the intent result and provides dialog. We have the selected vehicle. If let vehicle select. When is this set? Is that a parameter as well? I can't remember.
What is it?
The selected vehicle. Where's vehicle?
Yes, we have a vehicle parameter.
Yes, that's
So
it.
if that wasn't assigned, then we fetch them to prompt the user.
Okay. I see. And then this was what we just had come up as the picker to between the two vehicles.
Yeah.
I would probably write this if let selected vehicle. If let vehicle equals select. Which I don't even think we actually would need that. If let vehicle equals that. That would set it. Okay, I would rewrite this probably. Because I think there's a shorter way to write it. But let's, for sake of ending this stream within the next 3-ish minutes. Reading, we create the new reading based on all the information that we got. Distance, okay, yeah, that was on the parameters. Then we use our odometer VM. Which, yeah, it's like, I don't like that we're creating this multiple times. And I think we could use it as a dependency instead.
Yep.
And then we get the result. That's shown successfully. We could also pass this, so we could do added distance reading successfully, and then we would also have to then add like the miles or kilometers optionally here as well. That could be nice. So then it gives you the confirmation of exactly what you added too. Hey Aaron, how's it going? Welcome. We are just about to end. I'm sorry. We have reviewed this PR on app intents, and we have gone a very in-depth discussion about initialization of objects. I think I'm going to check this one off, though. That's good. Then, better late than never. Yes, you can always watch the replay if you would like. Give me view hours. But, yeah, we have mostly reviewed this. I think it's mostly fine. We do want to change this to, let me write this as a comment. Where's the first instance of a function here? Let's add as a dependency to. Okay. Otherwise, everything else looks pretty good, I would say. There's maybe, like, just, again, formatting things that I personally like to change here and there, but overall, I think it's all fine. So that is good. So let's check that file as viewed. Distance unit. I know I've looked through this already. It's mainly just a, to show miles or kilometers. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then the type distance representation. What does that type mean? What is this? A type that describes the user interface presentation of a custom type. Interesting. I think that's all probably fine. I'm not actually reading through it at the moment, but it's probably good. All the errors, I kind of read through most of these. We could put Swiftlet or ignores in it. And then, yeah, the other thing was really double checking this whole changing the ID thing, and if we have to do it this way or if we need to change it. I do want to kind of look back at this. So we're not going to approve this just yet. We're going to just put this as a comment. Omar, you could definitely go back and fix this if you want now, or at this point, because there's like things here and there that I do want to change, I could also just finish the rest of the PR. But it's up to you if you want. If you do want to finish it, we could still go back and forth in DM and work on that.
Yeah, sure.
What is this part?
Oh, yeah. This change wasn't really related to the context of this PR, but when I updated my branch on top of the develop branch, it gave me a compilation error. Didn't really understand why it's broken on my branch and not on develop, but it is because of multiple returns statements
Oh, was
in
it
the preview.
from this? Yeah. Um, hmm. Yeah, because I think this, we just added, yeah, preview run. We really just added the
Yeah, I just
readings.
changed this part in order not to use a method that was called create a reading or something like that.
Oh,
I just
okay.
mapped the vehicles to be
Was
a
there, did you
reading
already have a different function called create reading or?
create vehicle.
Hmm. Does this file have a create reading function? That would be weird that, yeah, needs to change. Because if it was working on my computer yesterday, I think it was.
Yeah, it is working on develop.
Hmm. I would think then it could be something with your project if
Yeah,
you need to like clean and then build again. Because it definitely worked on dev yesterday, so I think you
yeah,
may,
and for me, it's also building on dev on my side.
but it didn't when you merged your branch.
Yep,
That's weird.
I'll give it another shot.
Okay, yeah, I would almost change it back to what it was and then see um see if you just like clear everything, if it's then fine after that. Because because this does have Firebase and switching branches and packages like do freak out here and there, even though this isn't directly related, you never know. Um,
Mhm.
hmm. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna comment on this PR and just be like, we reviewed. Where's the link? And this is also really not only for you, but it's kind of for anyone else who ever looks back at this. If somebody ever gets bored and wants to look through all the PRs, and see everything. We reviewed this live during my live stream. We didn't finish it, but there's a few comments of. So I'll submit that for now, so it's there. Then, yeah, I would say, Omar, you could go ahead and change that if you would like. We are gonna keep this here. I'm gonna just already resolve that. If you do want to change this for the app dependency stuff,
Yep, okay.
you could go ahead and do that. Oh gosh, the whole app crashed. Oh, because. Oh yeah, the preview is failing.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, something's wrong with it. I would say, yeah, you can go ahead, fix that if you would like. If you don't want to, because it's kind of one of those, like, I've had this PR in review for like a while, and I can always just like finish this because it's not something that like we need to have to ship this as an app as a whole. It's kind of like way more on the nice to have side.
Right.
So I probably won't prioritize it to actually get the app ready to ship. Like I have like one or two things I'm going to add and I have to update all the Firebase dependencies and then I may come back to this. So if you want to go back to looking at this, definitely go for it. Otherwise, I may kind of wait until after I ship the app to actually finish this part.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
can DM back and forth and see what we want to do with this. And then that's the fun thing too about doing this on the live stream. I get to talk to you. I get to actually, like, other people get to see how it all works. And this was not bad. This is a good stream. It's a good little pair programming. Got to see the little features of, again, this stream is sponsored by Tuple, the pair programming software that we used for this. That's the logo in the top right. For how Omar was drawing on my screen and he was then controlling my screen here and there for certain things, just going back and forth like regular pairing. But yes,
Good
love
luck
it. Ship
with
it.
shipping.
Yes, that is, again, a feature of Tuple. They have little reactions. They're amazing. You should do the table flip one because that is pretty much what I feel like right now.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay. But yes, Omar, thank you again for coming on the stream again this week. And then I'm going to switch it, back to the main screen and we'll sign off. But thanks, Omar, for
Thank you.
joining.
Thanks, Mikaela. Thanks, guys.
And okay, just me. I'm going to turn the music down a little. And then again, this will be it for the stream. This is the end of Hacktoberfest. I hope this was still a good stream, even though it was a lot of like hard debugging, thinking of how we all want to do this. Thanks to everybody who came to the stream. Be sure to like the video, and thank you for contributing to my Hacktoberfest project. I promise this year I will ship it, because I meant to last year, and then now I have like a year of excuses. So this year, I promise, I will do it because I do want it to be shipped. So then you can see like a project that you've actually like worked on the App Store, and it'll be fun. But again, thank you to everybody for joining, and I will see everybody in the next stream. I don't know when that will be. We have to see, but I'm also planning on doing like some tutorials, I think, here and there. Maybe not this year. I may take a break this year. The 2 months left in the year. And then we'll start something probably next year or so. But yeah, let me know if you want me to do any specific kind of tutorials. Thank you, Aaron, for welcoming back to the USA. Because yeah, I've been in Europe for the past like 2 months or so. But yeah, thank you to everybody for joining the stream. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay.